We should be excited about these things. And I know this sounds really like kindergarten simple, but honestly and truly, if people would just have the courage to just follow God for their individual lives, you would have an outrageously wonderful life. Not everybody might like what you do. Not everybody might approve of your choices. You might not always get a lot of encouragement and hand claps when you begin, but God will prove himself to you if you'll be bold enough to follow God and not the crowd. Myself included, we regularly come to places in our life and we haven't been there. We haven't done that. We have no experience with that. And so we have a tendency to want to start backing off from it and just stay in our little boat of safety. But God's encouraging you today to step out and be bold enough to follow the leadership of God for your life. And it never ceases to amaze me what God enables a person to do if they will just step out. Bold faith. Open hostility. It requires of us bolder faith. Willing to say out loud, I'm for Jesus. I'm for Jesus. I think Jesus is a good thing. I think he'll help you. It's now acceptable in our culture that if you hold that worldview, it is suggested openly, not hinted at, not nuanced, it's openly suggested that somehow you're not quite up to speed in 21st century. Intellectually, you've been left a little behind, that your moral development and your philosophical awareness and your worldview is a bit jaded, a bit skewed, it's underdeveloped, and you're a diminished person in some way. It takes bold faith to be a Jesus person these days. But I want to encourage you, and let it be known in your circle of influence, with your friends, and your neighbors, and your family members, and your coworkers, you're with Jesus. It's important. They need to know people like you love Jesus. A faith that says on a daily basis, I want to do my best to make choices that honor Jesus as Nazareth. I'm for him. And I would encourage you to be for him. He's made my life better.
We have a couple of questions on why we should strive for enlightenment at all. The first one is from Varan Dawan. Swamiji, I have been following your teachings and discussions on the various paths to enlightenment, but why should I pursue enlightenment? My ultimate aspiration is to live a simple and fulfilling life as a good human being. While I recognize that setbacks and suffering are inherent to human existence, I wonder why I should strive for enlightenment when I can simply focus
100 left. When you're doing with left leg, right leg also I want 100, okay? Later.
After studying Vedanta and observing this world, I gained the insight that the ignorance of Brahman is eternal. Why should one strive for enlightenment if ignorance of Brahman is eternal and individual jivas are continuously born or separated from Brahman? What is the point of an individual jiva attaining enlightenment when Brahman will still suffer?
What is the purpose of attaining enlightenment? Why should we at all strive for it? The first answer, straightforward, most blunt, would be don't. It's entirely voluntary. And we should sit back and quietly think about what exactly do we want? What exactly do we want? I want to lead a simple, virtuous, and contented life. Life must be simple without complications. And I want to be a good person, virtuous person. And contented, or as he says, fulfilled life. Fulfillment. I want to be fulfilled. Well, try it. And I want all of that without enlightenment, minus the enlightenment part of it. It's a curious condition, though. So you mean that without spirituality, without the spiritual quest, in this evident material world, in this samsara, I want to be a good person here, that's it. All right, go ahead. Knock yourself out, as the Americans would say. But the whole point of seeking enlightenment is that after striving, generations and generations, across all civilizations of the world, across of all oceans of time and space throughout history, the mature minds in every civilization, every religion have come to the realization that it's not possible to do what you are saying. Fulfillment in the limited is not possible. Nobody has ever been fulfilled by this limited world. This much money, this family I've got, and this car, and this house, and this phone model. I'm going to stop at iPhone 6. No more. I'll be fulfilled. Try it. You won't be. Apple won't let you rest in peace.